Good afternoon. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which this event is taking place and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Can I acknowledge my Cabinet colleagues, including the Honourable Dr Stephen Miles, Deputy Premier, Minister for State Development, Infrastructure, Local Government and Planning and Minister assisting the Premier on Olympic Infrastructure. The Honourable Craig Crawford, Minister for Seniors and Disability Services and Minister for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Partnerships. The Honourable Leanne Enoch, Minister for Communities and Housing, Minister for the Arts and Digital Economy. To my other Cabinet colleagues, to the Honourable Curtis Pitt, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly. Mr David Crisafulli, Leader of the Opposition and Shadow Minister for the Olympics and Paralympics. Members of Parliament, including the Member for Bundamba, Lance McCallum, the Member for Cook, Cynthia Louis, the first person of Torres Strait Islander heritage elected to our Parliament. Can I acknowledge all other MPs that are here today? Mayors, Councillor Brett Otto, South Burnett Regional Council, Councillor Marsaram Sam, Palm Island Aboriginal Shire Councillor, Councillor Elvie Sandell, Cherbourg Aboriginal Shire Council, Councillor Peter Scott, Cook Shire Council, Councillor Joshua Weasel, Woorabinda Aboriginal Shire Council. Ms Joanne Freeman, British Consul General for Queensland and the Northern Territory and Director of Trade for Australia and New Zealand. Directors General and Commissioners, including Ms Rachel Hunter, Director General, Department of Premier and Cabinet, Dr Chris Sara, Director General, Department of Seniors, Disability Services and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Partnerships. Can I respectfully acknowledge Dr Jackie Huggins, AM, and Mr Mick Gooder, Treaty Advancement Committee Co-Chairs. Members of the Treaty Advancement Committee, Eminent Panel, Treaty Working Group. Ladies and gentlemen, here today at Parliament House and those joining us today in classrooms and online via the live stream. This day has been coming for a long time. From this moment on, we start a formal path to treaty, to true reconciliation. Today we sign a statement of commitment with Aboriginal peoples and Torres Strait Islander peoples. It involves legislation that will enshrine the treaty process with independent bodies made of Indigenous and non-Indigenous members that will set the framework for truth-telling and healing. As the statement says, this journey is not for the timid. Each generation is called to face its challenge. I believe this is ours. We have this opportunity to finish what is unfinished business, to put wrongs right, and finally come together as one united state with mutual respect for our diverse cultures and identities. As the Uluru Statement from the Heart says, a fuller expression of Australia's nationhood. We are on a path to understand our past and acknowledge that in some parts our history is hard, but we can't let the past prevent us from building a better future. This is our chance to mark the end of one chapter of this story and begin another, not as an act of government, but as the will of the people. To quote Udru Nunakul, to our fathers' fathers, the pain, the sorrow. To our children's children, the glad tomorrow. This we will achieve from this day on, strong, proud, and most importantly, together.
Thank you, Premier. And